They told everyone I'd been fired for incompetence. I didn't correct them when I became their biggest client. My name is Lucas. I'm 32. And for 2 years, I was the quiet embarrassment of my department. I worked in procurement at a mid-sized construction firm. Not glamorous. Lots of spreadsheets, vendor calls, margin math. My manager, Karen, loved to remind people that I was lucky to be there. Anytime a meeting went sideways, she'd say, well, Lucas was handling that. Even when I wasn't. I stayed late anyway. Fixed pricing errors no one noticed. Renegotiated supplier contracts that saved thousands. When I emailed her the results, she replied, good to know. No CCs, no recognition. Then last year, a project in Phoenix went bad. Material delays, budget overruns, angry client. Karen called me into her office and closed the door. This came from your vendor list, she said, tapping the folder. It's not acceptable. I tried to explain. She held up her hand. We need a clean break, she said. HR was already waiting. I was terminated that afternoon. No severance, no goodbye email. By Monday, the story had spread. Lucas messed up a major account. Lucas couldn't handle responsibility. Lucas just wasn't ready. Former coworkers stopped texting. LinkedIn went quiet. For a week, I slept badly and replayed every meeting in my head. Then I opened my laptop. While working there, I'd built something on the side. A supplier comparison tool. Simple interface, real-time pricing, risk flags. It started as a way to survive my workload. I'd refined it quietly. After I was fired, I finished it. Polished the UI. Registered an LLC. Cold emailed 5 construction firms. 3 ignored me. 1 said no. The 5th replied in 10 minutes. Can you demo this tomorrow? They were bleeding money on procurement, exactly like my old company. I charged them a monthly fee that matched my old salary. They signed without negotiating. Within 4 months, I had 6 clients. I hired a contractor, then another. I stopped checking my bank balance every morning. Meanwhile, my old firm struggled. Phoenix wasn't a one-off. Costs kept climbing. Projects kept stalling. Karen blamed market conditions. 6 months after I was fired, I got an email from my old company. Generic address. Subject line, procurement optimization inquiry. They didn't know it was me. I almost deleted it. Then I replied, happy to help. Let's set up a call. The video meeting loaded. Karen appeared on screen. She froze. Her smile flickered. Oh, she said. Lucas. I nodded. Karen. She recovered quickly. Well, she said, this is unexpected. She launched into the pitch. Rising costs, vendor issues, need for innovation. I listened without interrupting. When she finished, she said, so, is this something you can handle? I smiled. Yes, I said. I've been handling it for months. I sent over my proposal. Triple what I charged my first client. She didn't blink. They signed a 1-year contract. My tool flagged inefficiencies in the first week. The same ones I'd warned about before I was fired. Savings rolled in. Executives noticed. They asked to meet the founder in person. I walked into the boardroom wearing the same plain jacket I used to wear. The CFO stood up. You built this? Yes. Karen stared at the table. The COO leaned back and said, why didn't we have this before? I answered honestly. I tried. Silence. 2 weeks later, Karen was reassigned. 3 months after that, she was gone. My contract was renewed, expanded. They asked if I'd consider coming back full-time. I declined. Not bitterly, just clearly. I now work with 12 companies. My calendar is full. My name is on every invoice. Sometimes I hear through old coworkers that people still say I was let go, that I couldn't keep up. I don't correct them because the story they tell each other doesn't change my reality. Here's what I learned. Some systems survive by blaming the quiet person in the room. They assume you'll disappear. They assume you won't build anything without them. Let them assume, because nothing is more destabilizing than the person you wrote off. Coming back is the solution you can't afford to lose.